It really does. So we just need to really make a difference, and we need you guys' support. It almost like I wish we could do away with the Louisiana voters and we let them decide for themselves who they want to vote. I wish we had our own ballot where we can walk in as one time and say, y'all check off who you guys want to be in here, and I guarantee you that record will win hands down.
Right quick, Ms. Cumberland, before you say anything, I want to read what Pastor Cumberland said right quick in the chat room. He basically said, tearing down another man's character with an intent to build your own one is a lack of integrity. Integrity is the true character of leadership.
It's also a mental illness.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So Ms. Cumberland, right there, you got the floor.
No, I was just gonna go off of what Chantel was just saying, because what's happening right now, when I see it, we're all going through our own issues with local politics, and it all stems from local politics. What my husband Darryl went through with Chantel, Mr. Glenn, Chi-Chi and DeLacy, it all stems from local politics. But this hasn't just started. They've been doing this for years, and we've been allowing them to do it for years.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I can go back and look at my uncle Raymond Jacobs, who was in office early 2000s.
Yeah.
He went through some of the similar things we're going through right now with challenging local politics. When you come at them, this is the way they behave.
He went through hell. You could say it. He went through hell.
Yeah.
He went. I mean, and it's. I mean, we have to put an end to it. It has to stop.
Yeah.
It has to stop. This is generational, and some of the same people are still in that office today. Brought him through hell.
Yeah.
To attack him and dragged his name through the mud.
Yep, it hasn't changed.
They are still in office today. The machine
in 2004. I think it was 2004 when when Mr. Leroy took over his position, I believe.
Yeah.
They literally broke Mr. Jacobs' heart. You hear what I'm telling you? This man was passionate about doing that, and you put this on him and break his heart, and then you put Mr. Leroy Sullivan in. Let me tell you, Mr. Leroy may have a good heart, but what happens is you let somebody infect you. Now you got an infection from these people, the systematic stuff that's going on. Now you are not yourself anymore. You're somebody else, Mr. Leroy. You're not who you used to be. You don't even have the same friends you used to have. You know what I mean? How do you sleep at night? Like that's the things and the questions that we need to ask these leaders and these people that want to be our leaders. How do you sleep at night?
Right.
You know, who do you pray to? Like, how does your conscience feel when you go to sleep at night, knowing that you just stabbed your brother in the back?
Yes.
To clear some things up, we're definitely not on here bashing no one. So before whoever's watching and want to tell that, we're not on here bashing anybody. So we're not talking about nobody because, like I said, and we have great conversation when we used to meet by minutes on the avenue. But you know, some things need to be changed. You know, and it's not to bash nobody's character. You know, but again, like Chantel just said, how do you guys sleep at night when you got some systematic racism? You got somebody having you oppress your own people.
But it's hard not to attack. Oh, go ahead, babe. I'm sorry.
No, everything that I'm saying right now, you can go and look it up because it's facts.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go and read the paper from 2004 where, you know, there's here's another dispute about a animal shelter. Here's another dispute about his him wanting to hire an assistant. And you know, it's all there to read. So it's facts. I'm not bashing anybody, you know. I'm just saying it was real.
You know what? People need to tell the truth. We need to get raw. Right. Back like we used to be when I grew up on this street, Chi-Chi and Darryl and all of us knew. We need to let people know the facts. I read some of the stuff about Mr. Jacobs, and it broke my heart to read how they was doing this man. Like, I can't believe it was like,
yeah, you know? And you can only imagine how I feel now, because being, what we're doing right now with DCCC and watching Daryl go through what he went through, and still going through with Ascension Parish School Board.
Yeah.
I can only reflect on my Uncle Raymond Jacobs and what he went through. But now it's more, I was younger than I was a little girl, but, going through all of this, it kind of reminds me, and it only, of what he had to go through, because now I'm experiencing it in real life, and it does break my heart.
Yeah.
So you guys, right quick, we had y'all can hear me clear? Y'all can hear me clear?
Yeah. Kind of muffled a little bit.
I'm kind of muffled. What's going on here? Y'all can hear me? We're gonna get it straight. Right quick in the chat room, Leslie Forsell, she had a point, and I'm trying to understand this as well. And it basically said, why do we need 5 pharmaceutical companies in Donaldsonville? Why? Right, Mr. Lacey Joseph has just checked in with us. What's up, Lacey? I see you.
What's up, D?
Hey, Lacey.
Hey, DeLacy.
Hey.
All right. So while Lacey's here, y'all.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
So while Lacey's here, right quick, guys, we're gonna switch gears right quick. Yesterday, Lacey had a situation that I would like her to tell you guys about. Not my place to tell you guys, and we're going to talk about that too, because we touched on it a little earlier in the conversation. But welcome to the show, DeLacy, and the floor is yours, man.
Hi, guys.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, D?
Hello.
Well, about my situation, recently, they let me go. Ascension Parish Recreation, they released me. In which I don't have a problem if you don't want me there and I don't fit. But the problem that I have is, don't say that my work is unsatisfactory. Don't say that my leadership is poor. When I walk in the position, to be honest with you guys, when I walked into the position, there was a lot of things that needed to be cleaned. The lady that was in the position before me, I'm not sure, what happened, but she resigned after being with the parish for a few years. The community is talking. You have people in the community saying that funding is missing, and they hadn't received funds back from baseball, and all these things. I'm like, man, what did I walk into? Are you serious? That these things are going on? Guys, when I got into my job, I did not get a employee manual probably until that next year. I started in August. I didn't get a manual until that next year. I wasn't properly trained. They didn't give me the information that I needed. I have text messages where I was asking my supervisor to send me to a training so I can learn my job. But the problem is, this is what happens. We walk into these situations almost like yours, Chantel, when you don't really know all of the guidelines and what's going on. And you walk into these situations, what happens is, when they're dropping the ball, because in the manual, it says that my supervisor has to keep me updated with what's going on. Guys, we just took an ethical test with the parish. We just took it a few months ago. Okay, but you're trying to hold me accountable and saying that I'm doing things, or whatever it may be, that, hey, dude, I was aware.
Yeah.
The Bible I have now, because I know if I didn't know, I'm relying on my supervisor. If you come under my supervision, I'm going to make sure that you're equipped. You know what you need to be doing. But what happens is we have incompetent people working in these supervisor positions, and then when we walking in the dark. They're not letting us know what's going on, but they want to put the blame on us. Anybody that just, you're going to be the scapegoat. Well, I'm not going to be the scapegoat, because I'm not going to lay down. They're going to clear my name. I know what I did in the community. They know what I did. My heart is in the right place. I care about those kids. And I'm not going to take the fall for something that I didn't do.
All right. Yeah. And I think we all experiencing that right now with Daryl in his situation, Mr. Glenn in his situation. We all experiencing it right now. We will not take the blame for something we did not do.
But I just find it so ironic that it happened at this time.
Yeah.
And I understand, because I'm contributing it to the speaking out and requesting the things but if you have a recreation director that's not passionate about recreation, I don't know, I think that's a plus right there. I think that's what you would want to have, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure, but I'm not going to speculate because I don't know. But all I can say is it's amazing that it happened at this time.
Well, think about this, guys. We did something historic. I'm doing like the people. Hey, yeah, we doing that. We did something historic.
Tap it
Okay?
down.
Yeah.
Right.
We marched. That has never happened. We had all these people that you see here. We marched and we did something historic, and we had a peaceful protest, and we had a rally at the African American Museum. This is retaliation. Let's call that for what it is. It is that. They
That's
going
it.
after Mr. Green. They continuously going after
But, but
They're
again,
going after Chi. They fired. Let's call it for what it is. I was so pissed when I heard about this with the Lacey yesterday. Why are you coming after this girl? And you fired? What are you doing? You guys need to know. We're telling you that we want to be transparent and we want communication. Well, we are trying to show y'all by example. That's what we're trying to give y'all. We don't want y'all to spread the story the wrong way. Oh, she got let go. No, we're telling you what really happened. These people are retaliating against us because we did something that was remarkable that started off when Chief and Leo called us to meet at a meeting a while back. These people are systematically attacking this whole group.
but again, like
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying the oppressor, when the oppressor looks just like you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But that's basically what happens. It's like a bunch of children when you're fighting for anytime you're in competition, you're fighting for a leadership. That's what happens, and they can put us against each other because we have some that I guess in the older group that just wanted to have a seat at the table, but now you have some people in this group. We want to take over the table. We want we want to eat at the table. We don't want to just have a seat at the table. And for so long, there were, people. I guess I'm trying to be really nice in my words.
Oh, I know you are. I know you are.
I'm trying to be really nice in my words. But for so long, we had the powers that be governing how we can participate, how we can show up. And so now that we're showing up differently and we see that it's coming differently, we're not just going to sit there and go with the flow of things. Because a lot of us, and I'm looking at the group, a lot of us sat back because of that. We didn't want to come like that group yet. We want to come differently. We don't want to be a part of the norm or just fall into what's currently going on and just go with the flow. Right. It's time for a change because that's not working. Yeah. That has, it's according to Donaldsonville, that has Donaldsonville where it is right now. Everything moving out, everything leaving the area because they're not fighting for Donaldsonville. They're not representing who is represented in Donaldsonville.
Yeah.
In some shape, way, form, or fashion, Leslie, like myself and you, and I know for a fact we both grew up down the bayou, but we got roots in Donaldsonville. We and like I said, I have family, and I would love to see Donaldsonville grow, and I would love to see industry in Donaldsonville. I would love to see Railroad Avenue be what they intended it to be, quote unquote, the entertainment district. I would love to see a jambalaya park in Donaldsonville with a swimming pool and a performing arts building in Donaldsonville. Earlier last year, St. James High School built their new school, and Celia Armand is friends with Fantasia Barrino. Celia got Fantasia to come to St. James because my sister was there. They renamed their performing arts building behind Fantasia. Now, when Celia got Fantasia to St. James, everybody that had nothing to do with it all of a sudden want to take charge of everything.
Well, that's what they do.
That's what they do.
Yeah, exactly.
So when Fantasia came to town, everybody, they kind of bumped Celia on the side. They want to take credit for everything. But when Fantasia got on stage and made her speech in that new auditorium down there